Hi, Gemini. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know that feeling when someone is trying so hard to act like they do not care about you, but everything they do screams the exact opposite. Like the way they check your profile, the way they bring you up in conversations, the way they react when someone else mentions your name, the way they go out of their way to seem unbothered, when being unbothered is literally the most bothered behavior there is. Yeah, that is what today's reading is about. And I need you to really sit with this because what I am picking up for you right now is not just one person, it is several. And some of them are genuinely mad, not at you, but at themselves for how much they think about you, for how much space you take up in their head, for how little control they have over the way they feel when your name comes up. And that specific kind of mad, the mad that comes from loving someone more than you planned to, is the most honest kind of feeling there is. And the cards today are going to show you exactly what is happening in the minds and the hearts of the people who are watching you, thinking about you, being mad about you, and about to go off about everything they have been holding in. So settle in, loves. This one is going to be good. Okay, so I am building this reading in a way that mirrors the title, 3 sections. Section 1, who is watching you and why? Section 2, why they are mad about it. And Section 3, the going off. What happens when they can no longer hold it in? Let's pull Section 1, who is watching you and why. First card, the energy you are putting out right now that has everyone's attention, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Star together. The Empress, the High Priestess, and the Star together for the energy you are currently putting out. And I want to walk through every single one of these because this combination is extraordinary and it explains everything that is happening around you right now. The Empress first, and what I want you to understand about this card is that the Empress does not try to be magnetic. She just is. Like, there is something about the Empress energy that does not announce itself. It does not perform itself. It just radiates, and people feel it before they can name it. And right now, that is your energy. You are walking into rooms and shifting the atmosphere without even trying, and people are noticing in ways they cannot fully explain, even to themselves. And I want to be specific about what the Empress energy actually looks like from the outside, because I think it is important. It is not loud. It is not showy. It is not someone who demands attention. It is someone who has a quality of being completely at home in themselves. And that quality, that settled, comfortable, fully inhabiting your own life quality, is one of the most attractive things a person can radiate. And you are radiating it right now, whether you feel like it or not. And then the High Priestess, which adds this layer of depth and mystery to the Empress's warmth. Like, you are not just magnetic, you are intriguing. There is a quality about you of someone who knows more than they say, who carries more than they show, who has a whole interior world that is rich and complex. And people sense that depth and they want access to it. And the fact that you do not give that access easily makes them want it more. And then the Star, which is hope and healing and divine light. And what the Star, as your current energy, is telling me is that you have a quality right now of someone who has been through something and come out the other side genuinely okay. And that quality, the okayness of someone who has been through real things and is still standing, still choosing joy, still moving forward, is one of the most compelling things to be around. And people who are still in their own struggle are drawn to it like moths to light. Second card How many people actually have their eyes on you right now? The Seven of Cups, the Moon, and the Four of Wands together. Okay, so the Seven of Cups, the Moon, and the Four of Wands together, for how many people have their eyes on you? And I want to be very honest about what these cards are showing me, because this is significant. The Seven of Cups first, which is the many possibilities card, the multiple options card. And in this position, it is telling me that the people watching you are not just one person. They are not just two. There are multiple people from different areas of your life who have their attention on you right now. Some of them you know about, some of them you do not. Some of them are people you interact with regularly. Some of them are watching from further away. But the Seven of Cups is showing me a crowd, not an individual. And every single person in that crowd has their own specific feeling about you, their own specific reason for not being able to look away. And then the Moon, which is the Hidden Things card. And in this position, the Moon is confirming that a lot of the attention you are receiving is not visible to you. Like, there are people thinking about you right now as you watch this reading who would never let you see it. People who have conversations about you that you are not part of. People who check on you quietly from a distance. People who bring you up in contexts you would never expect. And the Moon is saying the attention is real even when it is invisible. And then the Four of Wands, which is the celebration and homecoming card. And in this position, it is telling me something really specific, which is that your presence in people's lives, even at a distance, even just the awareness of you, creates a feeling of celebration in them. Like hearing your name brightens something, seeing you do well creates this reaction in people of, yes, that is how it should be. And that reaction, even when it comes wrapped in complicated feelings, is evidence of how much you matter. Third card, who specifically is in this group of watchers, the Queen of Swords reversed, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Devil together. Okay, so these four cards together for who specifically is watching, and I want to walk through each one because each one represents a different kind of person, a different kind of energy in the group that has their eyes on you. The Queen of Swords reversed first. And this is the one who watches you with complicated feelings, like this is someone who has had friction with you or who has strong opinions about you and is watching to see what you do next, not out of love, but out of a very specific mix of envy and respect that they would never admit to. Like, they talk about you, they have opinions about you, but if you asked them directly, they would never fully own how much space you take up in their mind. And the Queen of Swords reversed is someone whose own wounds make them respond to your light with something that looks like shade, but is actually just unprocessed admiration. And then the Knight of Pentacles, who is steady, consistent, quietly devoted. And this is someone in your watching group who has been paying attention to you for a long time. Not dramatically, not loudly, but steadily. Like, they notice your growth. They notice your consistency. They notice every small thing you do, and they catalog it because to them, you represent something they aspire to or something they genuinely want to be close to. And the Knight of Pentacles watcher is the one who is most likely to eventually act on what they have been feeling. And then the Page of Wands, which is enthusiastic, energized, excited about you energy. And this is someone younger in spirit, maybe literally younger, who watches you with this quality of, wow, like genuine admiration that has not been complicated yet by pride or ego. just this person is amazing and I want to know more about them. And the Page of Wands watcher is the one who is most openly affected by your energy, even if they do not fully understand why yet. And then the Devil, which is the obsession card, the cannot stop thinking about you card. And in this position, the Devil is showing me that at least one person in your watching group has crossed the line from interested to consumed. Like they think about you more than is comfortable, more than they would admit. And the thinking is not always gentle. Sometimes it is frustrated. Sometimes it is possessive. Sometimes it is that specific kind of wanting that feels like it is eating them from the inside out. And that is the energy behind the mad that this reading is all about. Section 2, why they are mad about it. First card, what specifically is making them mad. The Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Together, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords together for what is making them mad. And I want to be really specific here because the madness in this reading is not directed at you, it is directed inward. Let me explain the Five of Wands first, which is internal conflict, competing desires, the constant push and pull of wanting something and not wanting to want it. And what this card is showing me is that the people watching you are at war with themselves. Like one part of them wants to reach out and another part says, do not. One part wants to admit how they feel, and another part says absolutely not. One part wants to just show up, and another part is protecting itself. And that internal conflict, that constant Five of Wands noise is exhausting. And the exhaustion comes out as irritability, as moodiness, as being mad for reasons they cannot quite explain to anyone around them. And then the Eight of Swords, which is the trapped in your own mind card. And what this is showing me is that these people cannot think their way out of how they feel about you. Like they have tried, they have talked themselves through it, they have made lists of reasons, they have kept themselves busy, and none of it works because you are not a logical problem. You are a feeling, and feelings do not respond to logic. And the Eight of Swords is the experience of knowing you are doing this to yourself and not being able to stop. And that is infuriating. And then the Nine of Swords, which is the sleepless nights card. And this is their reality right now. They are not sleeping well. They are lying awake with thoughts of you or thoughts about what to do, about how they feel about you, running on a loop that will not stop. And the Nine of Swords person at 3 a.m. is not a peaceful person. They are someone who is being confronted by the truth of what they feel in the only hours when there is nothing else to distract them from it. Second card, what they wish they could do about how they feel. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Chariot together. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Chariot together for what they wish they could do. And this is such an honest set of cards. Let me walk through them. The Hermit first, which is the going inward card, the isolate and process card. And what this is telling me is that part of what they wish they could do is just go somewhere quiet and figure out what they actually feel without the noise of their own pride and the opinions of the people around them and their own fear of being wrong getting in the way. Like they want the clarity that the Hermit offers, but they keep getting pulled back into the chaos of their own conflicted feelings. And then the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is the luck not cooperating card. And what this is showing me is that every time they try to move on or get some distance or create some space between themselves and how they feel about you, something happens that pulls you back into their awareness, Like they see something that reminds them of you, or they hear your name, or they see you somewhere, and the whole thing starts again. And the reversed wheel is that experience of things not going the way you planned, no matter how carefully you planned them. And then the Chariot, which is the directed will card, that I want to be able to just make a decision and move on it card. And what this card is showing me is what they wish they had, which is the ability to just decide. Like they wish they could just decide how they feel and act on it cleanly without all the mess of the Five of Wands conflict and the Eight of Swords trapped mind and the Nine of Swords knights. They wish they could just be the Chariot moving forward with clarity, but the feelings about you have made that impossible. Section 3, the going off. What happens when they can no longer hold it in? First card, what breaks them open? The Tower and the Judgment card together. The Tower and the Judgment card together for what breaks them open. And these two cards together are the most powerful combination for a breaking open moment. Let me walk through both. The Tower first, which is the sudden collapse card, the lightning bolt card. And what this is showing me is that the moment of breaking is not gradual. It is not a slow build to a conclusion. It is a moment where something happens that makes continuing to hold everything in impossible, and that something could be anything. It could be seeing you do something that reminds them of exactly why they feel this way. It could be a conversation that goes somewhere unexpected. It could be a piece of news about your life that hits them harder than they were prepared for. But whatever it is going to hit like the Tower, sudden and complete. And then the Judgment card, which is the awakening card, the trumpet sounding card. And beside the Tower, the Judgment card is showing me the moment after the lightning strikes, when the smoke clears and they can suddenly see with complete clarity what they have been making complicated. And what that clarity produces is the decision to finally do something about what they have been sitting on. Second card, what the going off actually looks like. The Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant reversed together. The Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant reversed together for what the going off actually looks like. And this is the most interesting set of cards because it shows me that the going off is not necessarily an explosion. It is more of a release. Let me explain the Knight of Cups first, who is the romantic, the one who leads with feeling. And what this card is telling me about how the going off looks is that it comes wrapped in emotion, not in anger, not in drama, but in feeling. Like when this person finally says something or does something about everything they have been holding in, it is going to come from a genuine emotional place, and it is going to feel different from anything they have expressed before because it has been compressed by all the holding in. And compressed feeling, when it finally releases, comes out as something very real. And then the Ace of Swords, which is the breakthrough card, the clarity card, the truth finally being spoken card. And what this is telling me is that the going off includes honesty, like things that have been unsaid get said, things that have been implied but never stated get stated. And the Ace of Swords does not soften things. It cuts through cleanly, directly, and what comes out is the truth in the clearest possible form. And then the Hierophant reversed, which is the breaking from convention card, the doing something outside of what I normally do card. And what this card is showing me is that the going off involves this person stepping outside of their normal behavior, doing something that surprises even themselves, saying something that they would not normally say, reaching in a way that goes against whatever carefully constructed distance they have been maintaining, and that stepping outside of their own pattern is actually the most significant sign that what they feel is real. Third card, what you receive when they go off, the Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups together. The Two of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups together for what you receive when they finally go off. And oh, let me walk through all three of these. The Two of Cups first, which is mutual recognition. The finally both of us are in the same place card. And what this card is telling me is that when this person expresses what they have been holding, there is going to be a moment of meeting, a genuine, oh, this is real moment where what they are bringing toward you lands somewhere real in you, and something between you settles in the way things settle when what has been unspoken finally gets spoken. And then the Lovers card, which is the conscious choice card, the soul level recognition card. And in this position, for what you receive, the Lovers is showing me a choosing, a real deliberate. I am choosing this. I am choosing you, choosing that comes after all. The madness and all the holding in and all the complicated feelings, and what makes a choice that comes after all of that so significant is that it was not easy. It costs something, and things that cost something mean something. And then the Ten of Cups as the final card, the complete emotional fulfillment card, the rainbow card, as what you ultimately receive and loves. I want you to really let this land, because the Ten of Cups at the end of a reading that started with someone being mad about loving you is the universe showing you the whole arc of the story, from the mad to the going off to the choosing to the Ten of Cups. And that arc ends somewhere beautiful. Okay, tea leaf cards, 6 of them. Getting specific, first tea leaf card, a fire that burns hotter the more you ignore it. A fire that burns hotter the more you ignore it. And this is the perfect image for the mad energy in this reading, because that is exactly what is happening for the people watching you. The more they try to ignore what they feel, the more they try to push it down, the louder it gets. The more present it becomes, the more it demands to be acknowledged. And fire, when you ignore it, does not die. It spreads, and the feelings this person is carrying about you are doing exactly that. And eventually, a fire that spreads cannot be contained. Next tea leaf card, a crowd turning to look when you enter. A crowd turning to look when you enter. And this is such a specific image because it is not about being the loudest person or the most dramatic presence. It is about having an energy that people feel before they see you and turn toward instinctively. And what this tea leaf card is confirming is that your presence in any room, any context, any situation has that quality right now. And the people who have been watching you have noticed it. And some of them are genuinely thrown off by how much they notice it. Next tea leaf card, words being written and deleted over and over. Words being written and deleted over and over. And this is so real because this is literally what is happening. Someone or several someones has been drafting something to you, typing it, reading it back, deleting it, starting again, and the going off energy in this reading is what finally makes them hit send instead of delete. And what I find so human about this image is that the words being written are probably exactly right, exactly what needs to be said, and the deleting is not because they are wrong, but because saying them feels like too much and not saying them is becoming impossible. Next tea leaf card, eyes that keep finding you across a room. Eyes that keep finding you across a room. And this is the most honest image for the eyes on you energy in this reading because it is involuntary. Like they are not deciding to look, their eyes are just finding you again and again across whatever space you are both in. And that involuntary finding is the most honest thing because you cannot fake where your eyes go when you are not thinking about it. And this tea leaf card is showing me that across every context, every room, every situation, there are eyes that keep finding you without being directed to. Next tea leaf card, a dam with cracks running through it. A dam with cracks running through it. And this is the going off image because a dam with cracks is holding for now, but not for much longer. And what this tea leaf card is showing me is that everything that has been contained, all the feelings, all the watching, all the mad, all the deleted words is pressing against the dam and the cracks are there. And when a dam breaks, it does not trickle. It releases everything at once. And that release is what is coming. And the last tea leaf card, a crown that was always yours. A crown that was always yours. And this final tea leaf card is the universe stepping back from all the drama, all the mad, all the complicated feelings of the people watching you and just showing you something simple, a crown that was always yours, meaning through all of this, through all the eyes and all the mad and all the going off, what remains true is that you were never the problem. You were always the prize, and the crown has been yours the whole time. Okay, final messages from your guides. 6 cards. Your energy is doing things you are not even aware of. Your energy is doing things you are not even aware of. And your guides want this to be the first message because I think sometimes when we do not see the impact we are having, we assume there is no impact. And your guides are saying there is impact, significant impact happening in the lives of people around you right now that you cannot fully see because most of it happens in the private moments of the people affected, in the conversations they have about you, in the thoughts they carry, in the feelings they are trying to manage. Your energy is out there working without your permission and without your awareness, and it is working very effectively. Next, final card, stay unbothered because unbothered is your superpower. Stay unbothered because unbothered is your superpower. And your guides said it exactly like that. Because here is the thing, the people who are mad about loving you are partially mad because you are not doing anything to try to make them feel that way. Like you are just being yourself, living your life, doing your thing, and that the complete absence of trying is what makes the impact so overwhelming for them. And your guides are saying, do not change that. Do not start trying. Do not start performing for the crowd. Stay exactly where you are because the unbothered energy is the very thing that is making all of this happen. Next, final card. Not everyone who watches you is your enemy. Not everyone who watches you is your enemy. And this is such an important message because when you find out that a lot of people have their eyes on you, the first instinct can be to wonder which of them mean well and which of them do not. And your guides are saying most of the watching, even the complicated watching, even the mad watching, comes from a place of you affected me, and some people do not know what to do with being affected, so they process it in messy ways. But messy processing does not automatically mean bad intention, and discernment, not suspicion, is what your guides are asking for here. Next, final card. The going off is going to bring clarity to everyone, including you. The going off is going to bring clarity to everyone, including you. And this is such a layered message because when someone finally expresses what they have been holding, it does not just clarify things for them, it clarifies things for you too. Like, there are probably things about how certain people feel and what certain dynamics actually are that you have been wondering about, maybe not consciously, maybe just in that quiet background way where you sense something but cannot name it. And the going off, when it comes, is going to name it for both of you. And that naming is actually a gift, even when it arrives dramatically. Next, final card. You called this in by becoming yourself. You called this in by becoming yourself, and your guides are being so specific here because all of this, all the eyes, all the mad love, all the people who are about to go off was called in not by anything you performed, not by anything you tried to create, but by the simple, profound, irreplaceable act of becoming yourself more fully and authentically than you have before. And that is the most powerful thing you can do, not for other people, but for yourself. And everything that has gathered around you as a result is just evidence of how well it is working. And the very last card, receive what is coming with grace. Receive what is coming with grace. And your guides want to close on this because when things that have been building finally arrive, there is sometimes a temptation to match the energy, to respond to the going off with your own going off, to respond to the mad with your own mad. And your guides are saying you do not have to do that. You are the crown card person, the empress, the high priestess, the star, and grace. Genuine unperformed grace is how you receive what is coming, not because you owe anyone gentleness, but because you deserve to move through this in a way that honors who you are. So to wrap this whole reading up, the message today is so clear. They are mad that they love you and they are about to go off and you have a lot of eyes on you. The Empress and the High Priestess and the Star showed us why everyone is watching the Seven of Cups, and the Moon showed us how many the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, and the Devil showed us who the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords showed us why they are mad, and the Tower and the Judgment card showed us what breaks them open. And the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Swords and the Hierophant reversed showed us what the going off looks like. And the Two of Cups and the Lovers and the Ten of Cups showed us what you receive when it happens. And through all of it, the crown was always yours. The unbothered energy was always your superpower. And you called all of this in simply by becoming yourself. Stay in that because it is working. If this resonated, loves, please give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps Moonveil Tarot grow. Drop a comment and tell me how this landed. I always love hearing from you. And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a reading. Thank you so much for being here today. Take really good care of yourself. Stay unbothered, stay in your crown energy, and receive what is coming with grace. This is Moonveil Tarot signing off. Bye, loves.